Hello guys, and welcome to the second edition of the musical back catalogue series, and in this one we're going to be talking about the Bang Bang Machine, which was a rather obscure cult band from Evesham in Worcestershire. They operated from 1989 to 1996 and were a four-piece band. So you've got Steve Eagles, you've got Elizabeth Freeth, you've got Lamp with the cap on, and Stanley. Well, actually Stanley is on the far, well, he's sort of like standing behind Elizabeth there. So Lamp's got the cap on, Steve Eagles in the middle. That's your foursome. Anyway, so that's on the back of this album here, Eternal Happiness. Well, I'm not sure whether that was their first album or second album. I think it's the first album. The second album they come out with was Amphibian, and we'll be looking at that in more detail later in the show. In the meantime, let's just analyse what sort of music they actually did. Well, the media couldn't decide how to categorise them, but I will, and they were sort of like Blondie on acid. Obviously, with her being a blonde girl in front of the band and all that, she didn't seem to come across as a Blondie, but the music could have been a rebirth of them, if you think of it in that way. If Blondie would have carried on, then this is the sort of music they would have produced if they wanted to keep up with the times. Because they were saying, well, the media was saying that they were like Britpop to grunge. I don't go with that, but what I will do is say that it says here they covered alternative rock, goth pop, ambient and dance, and I could go along with that, and they did it pretty well. Both albums have got that sort of feel to it. They're really good and very well made. I got into the band through John Peel. His late show brought it on one night. I was sitting in the car waiting for somebody, and it came on the radio, this Geek Love EP. Well, the song Geek Love. And it went on and on and on, 9.5 minutes. Go listen to it now, YouTube it, it's brilliant, yeah? All 9.5 minutes of it. You will not get bored. John Peel loved it. He put it in his top, whatever it were, Festive 50 of 1992. That was his top, in his top 50 of that year, and it was high up in the 50 as well, you know what I mean? In fact, it says here it was voted number 1. So that's how good it was, and I don't blame him. It's brilliant, yeah? Go listen to it, Geek Love, now. So Geek Love itself was written about a family of freaks that travel around in a circus, would you believe, which was part of a book by Catherine Dunn. The artwork of Geek Love is the same bloke who did the artwork on the album cover for Eternal Happiness, and that was David Hughes. So they weren't very commercial, so let me just tell you about the singles they did. They did a 500 promo copy of The Geek EP, followed by Geek Love, the EP, which I have on vinyl, and apparently the CD goes for £35 on eBay. Well, the vinyl's going to go even further than that, I should think, yeah? Evil Circus EP, I don't know what was on that. Then there was the Technological EP, I'll go into that a bit more. Geek Love remixes, Give You Anything, which is on the first album, the title track, first track on the album. Godstar, that was given away at a free gig, so that wasn't commercial at all. Breathless was, Love It Bleeds and Show Me Your Pain. I will obviously go into more detail about those. They were the singles anyway, yeah? But then, it says here, about just over 7 years ago, Steve Eagles, the guitarist bloke, he actually unearthed 49 tracks by them out of their back catalogue to go on iTunes. So you might want to iTunes them and go through that lot, because that'll give you a really good idea of what they're about. Yeah, the iTunes thing, they were all lost DAT stuff that was found by Steve, and he sorted them out with the fanzine chap that they had at the time, Lee Smith. He helped them sort of catalogue them and put them out there. I suppose the most famous thing about them is the fact that they toured with the likes of Pulp, Catherine Wheel, and 8-Story Window. I've never heard of 8-Story Window, but so that was the closest they came to fame commercial wise, you know, big time wise, I suppose. No chart success, obviously. No big chart success, obviously, but they did feature in the NME, that sort of thing, that sort of chart, quite well, with one or two things, particularly Melody Make had the Evil Circus EP in there as well. As I say, it was a very cult following throughout their time, really, so they were never big, you know what I mean? Going into the albums then, let me tell you about, this is the Eternal album thing. So Give You Anything opens the album, that's a must go listen to, as is Technologica. Their singles, they open the album up, great stuff. The only other one I want to mention here is 16 Years, which is the final track on the album of Eternal Happiness, that's the album there. Now 16 Years is about a chap called Stefan Kishko. He got sent to jail for a crime he didn't commit. I can only assume he went away for 16 years. That's a story about him, apparently. Really weird stuff that they write about there. The second album, Amphibian, for me this album is the better of the two because it's more commercial. Not that I don't like non-commercial stuff, but I think the songs sing out more on this one. Show Me Your Pain and Breathless, they're the singles again, and Love It Bleeds. I've even got the CD single of Breathless. I like Tough Delilah, that's a nice one, as is Slide. That's quite a good one. And then it ends with a really eerie one called Requiem of Silence. That's about 9.5 minutes long again. Bit of patience with that one because it does go on a bit. But it's a headphone sort of thing, you know what I mean? Bit of a mood one. Get in a mood for it. So back onto the band again. Apparently, you see that pair there, he's sort of like going over her a bit, isn't he? They're married with 2 kids. That's Stan Lee over her, Elizabeth. Nice little story there for you. Lamp, the drummer, he's a DJ in Brighton, or was, and he's qualified as a sound engineer anyway, so he could do anything he wants really with that. Stan and Steve are in bands. I've never heard of them either. I've never heard of them at all, so I won't go into that. Anyway, that's about it then for that, really. Pretty short one this time round. There's not a lot to say about them, but do go listen to their stuff. It's definitely worth it if you're into that sort of music. Certainly categorise it as an alternative rock sort of thing, but yeah, I mean, you can easily dance around to it as well. That's the Bang Bang Machine for you then, guys. I hope you will enjoy listening to that lot, and we'll see you next time when it's the letter C. Don't know who it's going to be, you'll have to find out, same as me. We'll see you later, guys. Bye for now.